Hey, Fanboy Nation.
This is your pal Daffy Duck, and you're watching.
You're watching.
We're watching. You're watching Fanboy.
Fanboy. Fanboy.
Fanboy.
Fanboy.
A fanboy, etc.
Fanboy Nation.
Dot, I assume Tom.
Cinzia and David, congratulations on Hitpig. I did not know this was a kid's book initially.
Yeah, that's how it started, right? The comic artist Berkeley Breathed, I don't know if you ever saw his comic he did in the paper, the Bloom County and Opus, I guess is the other.
Opus and
yeah. So he has like a unique voice. I think he won a Pulitzer for his one of his books. Just a unique idea. His ideas are unique, and his style is different. And it's fun to be able to bring those to life.
Well, the animation style that you presented to us with this independent animated feature has a very Illumination presence to it.
Well, maybe because we both worked at Illumination, I don't know.
Well,
yeah, the guy who actually runs Cinecite, the chief creative officer, Dave Rosenbaum, came from Illumination.
Well, it has that very Sing feel to it. I love the fact that you use Miami Sound Machine in the soundtrack. Yeah.
That's right.
Well, when you first saw the comic strip, how difficult was it or the book itself, how difficult was it to translate it over to an animated feature like this? Because, it's two totally different mediums that it can't exactly be, panel for panel.
Yeah, totally. Well, when I first started, I was presented with paintings, actually, that Berkeley did based on his concepts, and he colored them, and just to give more of a sense of what could be like a final potential look compared to just a comic. And they wwere really fascinating. So I was really taken by the characters right away. And then I knew about the book after. So then I went and got the book and read it. And it was like a beautiful little story that, and there is a sequence, like a panel in the book in particular, a sequence where the trunk and the nose and the snout of the pig are touching. That is kind of the pillar of the film, and kind of started from there and wrote the story around it, kind of ideas. So yeah, they're really influenced, the film.
The story is fantastic. The elephant going to the bathroom joke, the putting lipstick on a pig aspect of it. I mean, that political joke getting tossed in there. There's so much going on that it's just one big fun movie that parents can watch it without having to worry about the jokes being too adult for the kids, and the kids get to enjoy it between a relationship between a pig and an elephant.
Well, I appreciate you seeing that, because that was important. We wanted it to be for the entire family.
It's very hard to pull that off, because sometimes they're so kiddie, the parents just want to lose their mind, and then it's so adult, they're like, why is this considered a G-rated film?
Right.
Yeah. So that was very important to you to make it a complete family film that can entertain all audiences.
Yes.
Yeah, it was important to us and Cinecite and Adventure, the producers, and the whole group. Yeah.
Is there a favorite joke that you have in the film that either was a one-liner or something that was a visual gag that you really were excited to put in and made the final cut?
Do you have anything, Cinzia? Go ahead.
I love when we dressed up Hitpig at the airport, and he goes into disguise. I don't know if you have the same, but I just love how, Hitpig looks like disguised as, I don't want to spoil too much, but.
Well, similar in that scene, the TSA moment.
Yeah. That went through a lot of iteration. Remember, with Berkeley going back and forth with how that moment was gonna,
Yeah.
play.
But it was the acting of Jason Sudeikis in that moment that made, and I think that was a one ad lib too. But I'm a work in progress.
Mm-hmm.
It was like something he just threw out there, But I think the real line was, "I'm a mess," and I think it was, "I'm a work in progress."
Well, speaking of Jason, Jason's a wonderful voice actor. He's been in Secret Life of Pets and several other animated features. Charlie Adler is a legend in the industry of voiceover. He
Mhm.
voiced, 2/3 of my childhood. When you get these people, and then, Andy Serkis and everyone else that's involved, RuPaul, what's it like when you get that final cast and go, wow, we got everybody we essentially wanted?
Well, it was great because Charlie and I go way back. Charlie Adler, he was on my first show at Cartoon Network, Cow and Chicken. He did all the voices, including the red guy. And so I had an opportunity to bring him in. It was a thrill. And he voices 3 voices in this film. I don't know if you could tell. He did Lobster, Super Rooster, and Nuke Tech in the very beginning. And whenever he's on the screen, his voice just shines through and comes alive, and the characters become real.
I think Charlie is as animated in real life as he is on screen, or
Yes.
at least in animation.
Absolutely.
That's true.
As you guys went together and worked on this project, this is an international film company, or are they American based?
No, they're Canadian.
Canadian,
Well,
thank you.
Well, the studio's Canadian. The other, go ahead, Cinzia.
Cinesite is London-based, and Adventure is like a sister company. It's same group. It's Montreal, and they also have studios in Vancouver, but in Germany. So they're kind of spread all around.
So it's very international.
Very international. I mean, this is also a pandemic film too, so we were all spread out and at our own homes making this movie. And Cinzia and I, we've known each other for a lot of years. We were here in Los Angeles, but she was in Glendale, I was in Westlake Village, and we and everybody in Montreal was on their bedrooms, and we were in each other's rooms every day, but it was all on screen, and that was a unique experience for us all. And I didn't get to meet everybody really until the wrap party. It was awesome to meet these people that I've been working with for almost 3 years.
The beautiful part is you're only 8 miles from each other, and it still takes 3 hours to get to one another's home.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you live in Los Angeles too, RC?
I'm in Orange County, so yeah.
Oh, okay.
That you know.
What's the old joke? LA is an hour and a half away from LA.
Yeah,
That's good.
funny.
Yep.
Great.
When you get to work on an independent film and you get to see Berkeley's initial art, and you make this one, how freeing is it when it's not tied to, say, something like Secret Life of Pets or something at Disney or whatever, that there's far more hands involved than you would expect in a film like this?
Well, yeah, for sure, like this is more independent. I mean, it's a big film with a huge company behind, but it's more independent than the one you just mentioned. So you definitely have a bit more freedom than the bigger corporate studios. And for me, I think when you have limitations in terms of budgets and so on, it really sparks creativity. So it's a good thing. I see it as a positive thing, and it brings out the best people. I don't know, Dave, what do you think?
No, I agree with what you said. I mean, I've worked for the big companies, and I've worked at this independent company, and it's a little more family oriented, maybe. Like we personally know the owners. You know what I mean? We talk with them, and it's more accessible, I think. And everybody was like, we're in this together, and it really felt that way. It felt like we're making something like as like a family unit. So even though we were separated by distance and pandemic, we got to know each other really pretty well and worked with each other pretty well.
Well, thanks to Zoom, we get to talk to each other. So
There you go.
There you go. Exactly.
Sorry, there's a flight going overhead. Is it also a little more freeing when it's a lesser known character? Like, say, we'll use Bugs Bunny as an example. Bugs Bunny's been around 80 plus years. There's a constriction of, what you can do with Bugs, but with, Hitpig, because he's not as well known, it's a little more open to play and develop the character.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was, we came up with a character, and it was based on Berkeley's, of course, original drawings, but we also had to translate those to CG, environment. So it was, our decision initially to go in one direction, versus another. So definitely more freeing than, like you said, characters that have been established already, big franchises, of course. They have their pros, of course, but from a creative standpoint, is definitely a positive for us.
Definitely.
Yeah. The humor, the pacing is fast paced, but it's very humorous. I mean, even Rainn Wilson's delivery, you almost forget that it's Rainn Wilson in this. And, you know, just the delivery in trying to animate to something like the voice work that these performers are doing, does that also give it a challenge? Because sometimes the one-liners are coming so fast that like it's you know, if you didn't hear it right, you miss the entire joke.
Yeah, I mean, working with the animators, we were able to work with them even though they're remote. With the technology, we were able to draw right on a Cintiq on every frame. If we want to keyframe it, we could definitely do that and make sure that the acting was portraying the joke or whatever action or the drama. But we were able to do that remotely and draw on the screen.
Yeah, in animation you have a lot of back and forth between editing and boards and animation, and so you can massage and the jokes and the moments a bit with more time, than not. So
is it also more exciting? Like Hitpig is a family one, but the animation is starting to get a little more respect in the West. You know, in France, it's a respected medium. In Japan, it's more a respected medium. And in America, for some reason, it's always been thought of childish.
right? Yeah.
You know, how exciting is it now that the work is being respected as a mainstream medium and respected by adults as well?
I hope it keeps going that direction. It's not just like a little bubble that happened because of a huge box office that we have over the summer. But I think projects like Arcane, of course, and Spider-Verse and so on, Blue Samurai are helping everybody to get the larger, vast audience and the industry itself to take us seriously. Like, we're not just here to tell stories for little kids that are amazing and fantastic, but animation is so much more.
With as great as the film is there hopes for a sequel?
Well, there's always a hope for a sequel, yeah. And very early on, people said, like the company would say, "Boy, we hope this is a big hit because it'd be awesome to make like a franchise to be able to like explore more directions with these characters." Because Hitpig is fun, and his secondary characters are fun, and filmmakers would be great to. Now that we know these people, we feel like we know them. It would be great to push them into different directions. So hopefully that happens, and hopefully that. Hitpig becomes successful enough to want to do that.
Well, even the koala is cute in the
Fingers
fact
crossed.
that it wants to escape the petting zoo.
Pourquoi?
Yeah, because as you know, what was Berkeley's reaction to seeing the film completed? After coming up with the original 2D designs, now seeing it in CG format and a full-length feature.
Yeah, you talked to him. I talked to him. He sent me an email about a month ago when he got to see the final film, and he was over the moon. He was just thrilled. He meant a lot to me personally. It meant a lot to you too. It was his vision in the beginning, and it meant a lot. He liked it.
Yeah.
To me, sometimes it feels a little more important that the creator enjoys it more than the audience because they're the ones that put all the effort into it from the get-go.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It was the one bringing it to CineSite and Adventure, and he put a lot of heart into it. So it's good to see that he's happy with it.
And obviously, we want it to be a box office success. We don't just want it to be a one-person show.
Right. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah. When you saw the final product, did you watch it with your families as well, or was this just with the wrap party? Like, because you often wonder what the family reaction is to it, because mom and dad have been busy for so long, hunched over a computer screen, that now we get to see them and talk to them again.
Yeah, I watched it with the family. I got the screener way back, and I mean, I've seen it, but I wanted to see the reactions and everything. No, it's really fun. A lot of laughter, and they really loved it. So,
are they your toughest critics? the family? Are they
They're
the
very,
toughest?
yeah. Like my daughter is studying animation in Paris. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, my 11-year-old, he loved it, and he is a tough audience, and he really liked it. And they've been watching it too. My wife liked it.
Well, I enjoyed it thoroughly, and like I said, I was watching it a second time before the interview just so we can sit there and go, wow, let's make some more notes that we could talk about the film.
Awesome.
Also,
I'm so glad you liked it, RC.
Yeah, I mean, open season was great. All the other stuff that you guys have worked on from your resume is incredible. I can't draw a straight line with a ruler, so this is even better.
great, really happy.
When is there hope? Since you said franchise-wise, if it does translate to say a half-hour, weekly or half-hour daily cartoon, would it be transitioned to 2D animation, or would it still try to be CG?
I don't know. Personally, I think the CG looks great, and CG animation isn't as expensive as it used to be. I think it can be done economically. It doesn't have to have the kind of renders that it has, like for feature film. Like that is a very time-consuming part of it. But CG animation can be done economically, and I think it would look good. I think that's part of the charm of this. They look like living, breathing characters. Believe that they exist, and so.
Yeah, also from a business standpoint, I mean, you already have all those assets that you have, available. So probably a CG, I guess.
And then 10 years ago, you couldn't have made this film on the budget that you did now.
No.
Technology changed so much nowadays. The talented artists, they can do so much just from their computer. It's just creativity is the limit. You can do so much more. And we started. I mean, I was a 2D animator and then transitioned when I was at DreamWorks to CG, learning, during Spirit to do a little bit of background computer horses as well as the main, one in 2D, and just the ability to move characters was something else, compared to what we have now. It's just like night and day. So yeah, nowadays it's incredible what you can do.
Right. And you also have, on top of that, an international cast. Hannah Gatsby is, I believe, either Australian or from New Zealand. Anita is Brazilian.
Yeah.
Andy is Middle Eastern ancestry from the UK. Charlie's American. So Flavor Flav. I mean, we can't forget Flavor Flav.
RuPaul.
Yeah. I worked with Flavor Flav 12 years ago. I did a TV show with him. I was telling Cinzia earlier. I met him because I moved across the street from him. Our family bought a house to be near our kids' school, and first person to welcome us to the neighborhood was Flavor Flav. In that moment, he asked me what I did for a living, and I told him, and he goes, "I always wanted to do voices." And I had a TV show that I was working on that I was able to cast him during that moment. He said, "Talk to my manager." And I did, and we did 52 episodes together. And then when the opportunity came for this cameo, because it's like this, as you know, watching Hitpig, it's a cooking show host. He's so good for it because it's just like not a lot of dialogue, but you know who it is because his character comes through. Like there's nobody like Flavor Flav. I mean, his voice is unique. He's a unique person.
Yeah, no, and he's a great person. We got to meet him once in Vegas, and we hung out with him a little bit, and I was just like, I can't believe we're spending time with Flavor Flav.
Yeah. It was funny too. I mean, he had the clock on, of course, right? And when I first met him, he was wearing the clock. Even though we're in the neighborhood, he was just going out to get milk or something.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. But one time I went to his house and I knocked on the door, and he opened the door, and he wasn't wearing it. And he goes, "Ah," he goes, "I'm not decent."
That's so funny.
Well, he's a funny guy.
That's incredible. Hitpig releases on All Saints Day, November 1st. It's going to be exciting where kids are still coming down from the sugar rush of trick-or-treating on Halloween.
Right.
Yeah. How exciting is it going to be, and why should parents take them on November 1st, opening day, to see Hitpig?
I think it's a different film. I mean, it's like it's not like your typical film. I think the parents will like it as much as the kids because it's written for both parents and children. So think that
Yeah.
the whole family will enjoy it.
It's a great, message about friendship. It's fun, it's colorful, and I think it has great characters, so it would be fun. Yeah, totally.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your time. Unfortunately, we've run out of time. David, let's not make it another 9 years. Cinzia, I hope to meet you face to face one of these days. And
Absolutely.
congratulations on Hitpig coming to theaters November 1st, All Saints Day, after Halloween. The theaters need to make some money, so don't take the candy with you.
Garcia, great seeing you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care, everyone.
Okay, bye-bye.